What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we are going to talk about these translucent magazines from Mission First Tactical. Now, as we go through these magazines, if you're like, dog, I want to get some of them or anything else from MFT, I do have a code, TG20, saves you 20% on the MFT website, pretty generous, and there's a link down you know where as well. So they have clear, they have smoke, they have red, they have yellow. I think I have a couple yellows. I don't know where they went. They have blue and they have purple. Now, the purple one is not sold on the MFT website. It is a RSR exclusive. If you Google this code you see up here on the screen, you'll be able to find whoever sells the purple ones online, and you will be good to go. Let's start talking about why you would want a translucent magazine over a standard polymer magazine first. I had a couple different ideas. One, obviously you can see exactly how many rounds you have in the magazine. So if you're in the middle of a drill or doing reloads, or God forbid in a self-defense scenario, you don't have to guess how much ammo is left. You look down and you can clearly see it. I've also seen a lot of people put different calibers in different color magazines. The most common one I could think of is 5.56 and 300 blackout. They're fairly similar, same mag, easy to mix up. bad if you do, and you could blow up your gun, and yeah, that would just be a bad day. I've also seen people use different color magazines for different types of the same ammo. So if you have like all of your training 5.56 ammo goes in one color magazines, and your self-defense ammo goes in another. Or another great example is using the blue magazines for simunition. Something along that line will work as well. I think more than anything else, though, people just kind of think they look cool in this day and age of social media. Maybe you want to go matchy-matchy with your AR-15, look cool on Instagram. Whatever the reason is, it's a little unique and a good way to personalize your magazines. Now, the design and the shape of these magazines is very similar to the Mission First Tactical Extreme Duty magazines. They look exactly the same, just translucent. And that's not a bad thing, because I've had those magazines for years, and they've held up extremely well. The floor plate on the bottom has a small flare to it to make it easy to grab, especially if it's in a magazine pouch. They are a quick disassemble if you need to take these apart to clean it or do any maintenance on them. There's just two buttons on the bottom. You push in those two buttons, the floor plate slides to the rear, and then your spring and follower will come right out. That follower is an anti-tilt follower, boys and girls. If you're new to magazines, make sure whatever magazine you get, whether it be polymer or steel magazine, does not matter, make sure it has an anti-tilt follower. If it doesn't, it's not going to be reliable. Please trust me on that one. The bottom of the magazine also has that dot matrix, so if you want to color in a different design or letters or initials or whatever, just to make sure you know which magazines are yours. Being these are so brightly colored, you're probably not going to have that issue, but the dot matrix is down there if you want it. Again, the shape of the magazine is good, good design to be able to grab it. They are a little on the slick side. With that said, I think all polymer AR-15 magazines are on the slick side, whether it be the Magpul mags, or Mission First Tactical, or whatever. I think not all, most of them are very, very slick. What did I forget? I forgot something. Quick, detach, good, shape, lifetime warranty. If you have any problems, MFT will take care of you. They have free shipping on their website if you spend more than $49. These normally cost $25. Again, with that code TG20, you can get these for $20 a pop. So if you order 3 of these from the MFT website, you will get free shipping. I hate paying for shipping for some reason, so that's what I would do. But you do whatever makes you happy. Now, before we get into testing and the destructive testing I've done on these, basic destructive testing, I want to quickly thank Notches. They're the biggest supporter of the Tiberious Gibb channel. Their support is greatly appreciated, so I try to thank them in every single video. They have you covered for anything you need for your pew-pew, for your blaster, optics, magazines, pew-pews themselves, hunting, fishing, camping, whatever. The link is down below if you want to check out Notches. All right, let's talk about the testing, but you're going to see one of the rifles I was shooting, these magazines were not dropping freely. It was a budget-friendly Bear Creek Arsenal, and none of the magazines I have are dropping freely in that Bear Creek Arsenal rifle. I need to tweak the magazine release a little bit, but I don't want to change anything on that rifle because I'm in the middle of testing it, and I want to see how long it will last as it came from the factory. All of the other guns I shot with these magazines, the mags dropped freely, so don't worry. There's nothing wrong with the magazines, just something up with the rifle. All right, I shot a couple hundred rounds through each of these magazines. I have 8 of them, and I put a couple hundred rounds through all 8 of them. Some in a Bear Creek Arsenal rifle. I also tried a Leviathan defense rifle, a primary weapon system, Daniel Defense, and American Defense Manufacturing. I wanted to make sure I tried some budget-friendly options, some mid-tier options, some high-end options, and everything in between, just to be as fair as possible. And as far as the basic destructive testing I did, now I loaded up the magazine and I dropped it from about shoulder width height a couple times on gravel. Then I started tossing them up in the air and I dropped them on the same gravel. I moved over to a wooden deck, same idea. Grabbed a couple magazines, dropped them on the wooden deck, and no issues, no problems, nothing broke. Went over to a cement slab, same idea. The magazines were loaded up, dropped them a few times, nothing broke, no issues there. I will say, if it lands on the floor plate, you're definitely going to have a round or two pop out, usually just one round. If it lands sideways, typically no rounds will pop out, just so you know. Continuing the destructive testing, I loaded a loaded magazine in an unloaded gun. The gun was unloaded, don't worry. AR-15s are not the most drop-safe guns. And I would drop it on gravel. I did this with several magazines. Dropped it, loaded the gun, shot it, no issues. Went over to that same wooden deck, unloaded gun again, put a loaded magazine in, dropped it, racked the charging handle to load it, took a couple shots, no problems. The last test I did on the cement slab, I was like, I don't know if these are going to make it with that weight of the rifle behind it. Same idea. Unloaded rifle, dropped it a few times on the cement, did this to several different magazines, loaded it, shot it, no problems, no issues, nothing broke. So far so good with these magazines. Alright, the biggest pro is going to be that the short-term durability and reliability has been spot on, has been perfect. We can't talk about the long-term durability yet because these have only been out for a few months, but so far so good. They've performed exactly how you would want them to be for a magazine. They've been flawless. I like the different colors. You may not care, you may want the smoke or the clear, which is fine, but the funky little colors make it fun and unique. And if you're at a training class or at the range, you're probably not going to mix up these magazines like you would just a regular black polymer magazine, which is very easy to mix up. And then I think for $20, again with that code TG20, for $20, I think it's a good price for translucent magazines, especially something that has a lifetime warranty as well. Overall, I'm going to continue to test these a bunch. These are going to be my main range magazines when I go to the range. 99% of the time when you see videos of me shooting any rifle going forward on the range, I'm going to try very, very hard to use these so I can continue the long-term testing and see how they hold up long-term. I really want to test them in the winter. I don't really want it to be cold, but when it gets cold, I want to test these in the winter to see if the cold affects anything. So far, the testing I've done has been like 60, 70, 80 degree weather, which is not all that challenging, but the colder weather will definitely make it a little bit more challenging for these magazines. Thank you to MFT. They did send out these, 8 magazines. They did send them out for the channel for review and to beat up, so thank you to them. For the 5th time, code TG20 if you want to pick anything up from MFT. You save a few bucks, I make a few bucks, MFT gets a sale. Everybody is happy. Natchez is the biggest supporter. Their support is greatly appreciated. The link to them is also down below, but more important than anything else, thank you boys and girls for watching. It is truly appreciated. If you think I deserve it, like and subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel, helps me out. We hit 50,000 subs a few weeks ago. We got to move up to 100,000 subs, and we need to do it faster. Over 90% of the people who watch these videos aren't subbed, so please subscribe to the channel, like the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Be good. Peace.